What up everyone, it's your man Xman87 here, bringing you another G.I. Joe Classified Series video, and what I have for you today is a recap of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Fanstream reveals from Thursday, February 29th, 2024. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like, rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's talk about it. So first they kick things off with the pipeline reveals, which are name only, nothing shown yet. That'll come later as digital renders. So we are getting 3 confirmed characters into the line, and that is Saw Viper, Dial Tone, and the Frag Vipers. Lenny did say that the Saw Vipers are going to have a lot of extra goodies, so I am looking forward to these being revealed later down the line. Next up is the digital renders portion of the segment, which were all the retro carded reveals. And so the first one up is Retro Beachhead. So you get all the retro goodness you want for a classic Beachhead. That classic deco just pops, man. Classic inspired accessories, so I'm very happy with the way this turned out. And it's definitely replacing my current Cobra Island Beachhead that's on display. Retro Cobra Eels. I'm sure those that missed out on the Amazon exclusives will be happy about these because these are mainline and not exclusives. Same accessories, but the only difference I can spot is that it's a darker deco where the exclusives had a brighter contrast. I'm feeling this darker deco tone a lot more. Retro Snow Serpents, a lot lighter in accessories this time around because it's not a deluxe. But I really like the classic blue deco on these. I think I'll pass as I'm happy with the deluxe ones. I may get one, not sure yet. Then lastly, the Cobra Ferret with the Cobra Scout Driver. This was my absolute favorite reveal of the day. This is an awesome looking vehicle and I was excited for it when they dropped it as a name only reveal last year. I like the weapon attachments to it, and the Joe team did say that it may come across as small looking on the render, but it's actually wide and bulky. I like the decals on it. I wish the blue was a little bit brighter, but it could be the render making it look off. I just hope the blue matches well with the Cobra Blue uniforms. The Scout Driver looks good, looks to be a Cobra Valkyrie reuse with maybe some new boots, but I'm really feeling that white on it. Didn't think I would, but the more I look at it, the more it looks better, and I know it'll look tougher with that motocross helmet. That's a sick helmet, so for accessories you get that along with a dagger and a few handguns. Now I'm wondering if this will be the same price as the Vamp. Next are the on-hand product reveals. Some of the following were already revealed earlier this year, but I didn't get a chance to talk about them, so I'll take that time to quickly do that now. All figures are now available for pre-order. All single-carded figures are $24.99 and are mainline. As for deluxes or multi-packs, I will name the price or exclusivity as I go. Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire. Now, I don't collect the Tiger Force ones. I would love to, but I got a budget. I think these Tiger Striped camo decos came out lovely. Man, I love the camo, that like camo paint on Roadblock's face. That looks good. I like how Tripwire's drone has one of the Tiger Force logos on its side. Some cool accessories for Roadblock, as the bullet feed on his minigun attaches all the way to his backpack. And it'll also have a tripod to mount his minigun on to store it, so that's pretty cool. Some cool accessories for Roadblock, as the bullet feed on his minigun attaches all the way to his backpack and will have a tripod to mount his minigun or store it on the back of his backpack. The Tiger Force theme continues to be a Target/Post exclusive shared item and is up for pre-order and retail for $54.99. Next up is Doc, an OG, man. I gotta have this one, so this is one I'm really looking forward to. Lots of modular pieces to rotate his pouches, med kits, or holsters around. He's got some other cool accessories like a taser, flare gun, removable goggles, and a helmet. The coolest accessory of all, though, is that fold-out stretcher that can fold in and store onto his back. It has handles on both ends, so you can have Joel's holding it to carry out a wounded soldier. This is a great sculpt, and he looks to be a lot of fun. Next up, we got Night Creeper, and this is one of my most wanted for the classified line. This has the best looking sculpt out of all these reveals. From head to toe, these are the sharpest yet smoothest aesthetics at the same time, which is the way to go and the way to tackle an armored up ninja. The paint deco details are amazing. All hands from the 0 numbered snake eyes. We got Yeah, he's just loaded with accessories too. You got daggers, swords, crossbows, and an alt head, which is Ninja Force inspired, but to match this color scheme. I'm definitely army building Night Creepers, and I'll display that alt head as the Night Creeper leader in my display. Torch is looking like a total badass. His accessories are perfect as he has his flamethrower that attaches to his fuel tank backpack. Then we get 3 different sized flame effects to plug into his flamethrower, so you get a small, medium, and large sizes of those effects. Also 2 handguns to go with that. One thing to note about his fuel tank, it spells out Nox incorrectly. It was said that was intentional to show their illiteracy. So this figure is just overall incredible. So much details on the studded vest, the flame design on the back pockets of his jeans, and the flame tattoos on his forearms really sell his personality. The chains on his forearms too, you know, spikes and chains are Dreadnought vibes. I think those are the Dr. Mindbender legs reused. It's a clever reuse for this guy, so his head sculpt is awesome, and if you put a cowboy hat on this dude, he'll definitely look like Lemmy from Motorhead. I became a Motorhead fan thanks to Triple H. For all you WWE fans, if you know, you know. I think the most badass detail for me is the skull head on his flamethrower with the flames bursting through the eyes. That is sick. They got that off, man. Getting closer to completing those Dreadnoughts, and this to me is a top 10 contender for sure. Kim Arashikage, aka Jinx. G.I. Joe is bringing the heat with this Jinx. She looks absolutely fantastic. Not a complete departure from her classic look. She still got her red and black colorways. Only tweaks made were giving her a sleeveless gi, some darker red tones, and black socks, really. I think that's the only difference. I like the sleeveless look to show off her tats. Her weapons are dope. She's got her vintage double-bladed bow staff, the katana with a sheath, fist and gripping hands. They should have capitalized on adding chopping hands for her too. That unmasked head looks spectacular with the removable blindfold. I am struggling with that word today. Removable. Removable blindfold. Alright, that is freaking dope. Then the masked head, which also looks spectacular. I can't praise these head sculpts enough, man. They are just wonderful, and I can see myself alternating between the 2 heads multiple times. Display variety is what I love. The only thing I'm worried about is 2 things. I hope the blindfold doesn't wear out over time where it feels like it'll stretch to the point it breaks. I know they said they made it thick and sturdy, but I really won't know that answer until it's tested over time. Then the diaphragm joint doesn't look to have that mobility I'm looking for, judging from the photos. It looks a little too stiff, so I hope that's not the case because this is a good new female ninja body that can replace those Blue Cobra Ninja Vipers that were reused from the Akiko movie book. I think that was her name in the movie. I forgot. Actually 3 things I'm worried about. So the third, I just noticed no calf swivel. So the ankle pivoting looks like it will have that awkward pivot that looks unnaturally off. I'll wait to get it in hand. I love the way she looks, but I'll reserve my final judgment until, again, I get it in hand. I might just army build these because I do want some female hand ninjas for my Marvel Legends collection. Overall, this character is still a necessity to round out my Joe team. Alright, we get the Naga Hide Deluxe, more Dreadnoughts love, and this guy came out like a beast. Naga Hide was one of the very first G.I. Joe figures my dad ever bought me back when I was a little kid, so I have a nostalgic attachment to this one. He looks incredible. I see pins, so I know it's not a new mold. I believe he's on the gung-ho body, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of details on him, though, so you get tattoos, straps, alligator teeth necklace, the jaguar vest, and he even has a huge cat scratch on his head. So maybe it's from the jaguar he poached to make his vest. I like when they do things like that. It makes me guess the background story to their attire. Gotta have his signature hat. A good selection of weapons. You can see the reuse of low light sniper rifle case, that compound bow and quiver that came with Shadow Tracker, a big machete, you get some daggers. Then what truly makes this a deluxe are the animals, including this fully articulated warhog and monkey. I think they gave them names too. I believe it was Pork Belly and Yobo, something like that. Whatever it is, it's perfect for this set. Hasbro really out here making a whole zoo in this line. What's cool about the monkey, other than his awesome eye patch, which is freaking hilarious, is that the monkey can mount on the Warhog or Gnaw himself. So this is a dope set. He needed some alt hands though, man. I want to see more alt hands in this line. So he is on the pricey side at $44.99, but I see a lot of value here still. Lastly, the HMS with Techn Viper. This is what they decided to close the show out, and with good reason, because it is an add-on pack for a big item in the his tank. I already went over this set a couple of times, so we already know what it comes with. I just wanted to point out a few key highlights that are noteworthy. First off, this thing is huge. Way bigger than I expected, as the digital render didn't do it justice, because when they demoed it on hand, you can see the sheer size of this thing. The missiles have holes in the back of them, so you can plug in those missile effects that came with Scrap Iron and the Fireteam 3-pack. I hope they have something to plug on the other end to give off the illusion that it's launching. Nothing was said of that nature, so I'm not keeping my hopes up. The base that the missile is mounted on does rotate and even has a hinge to move it up and down. There's a removable control box on the side to reveal a control panel on the inside. The legs do fold upward, so you can roll it when it's attached to the hitch on the back of the his tank. Another key note is that the tow hitch is articulated and adjustable to sit high or low depending on the vehicle it's attached to. So when that was said, it sounds like they're teasing another vehicle coming to the line, which the only other vehicle I can think of that the SMS attached to back in the day was the Cobra MSV. Damn, these acronyms, man. But the MSV, oh man, if we get that this year, that's perfect, because that'll rival the Vamp. But seeing the SMS connected makes the his tank look so much larger and so hardcore, man. My anticipation is just killing me to get this in hand. They really made this his tank to be a rewarding ongoing investment, and you can see all the equity built behind it in this one shot. The SMS, which now they changed the name to the HMS, don't know why, but it's now available for pre-order as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and it retails for $74.99. I'm not too sure about the price. I mean, you know, $75. You look at it, if you break it down, $25 for the figure, $50 for the SMS. So it depends how you look at it from your perceived value. I mean, if it was $10 less, I think that would be a lot better. That would be a much better deal if it was like $65. But I mean, the thing is big, it's huge, so I'm going to see when I get it in hand if it's justifiable. If the price is justifiable, then, you know, I got no problems with it. But I was just hoping that it would be like the $60 to $65 range. But I'm still going to get it because I went all in on the his tank, so, you know, I'm already invested. Might as well. I'm not going to make my his tank look incomplete at this point. And that was it. Like I mentioned before, most of these were already revealed earlier this year, so it was a little light on reveals, like the ones that went up for pre-order today. So I don't really count them as reveals, but it's always good to get some additional info on them that wasn't said before. I'm still excited for all of these. I like the retro line, even though most are repaints. The Beachhead and the Cobra Ferret are a must-have for me. Still want to see more alt hands come into play. I know we get a lot of accessories to make up for that, but for this line, I just feel like it's a necessity to go above and beyond for the consumer. I am seeing more alt head inclusions, which is nice, but I need to see effort on both those fronts because heads and hands are what makes the figure, as it adds replay value. I did lock in my pre-orders. I pre-ordered all of them. I pre-ordered like 2 SMS or 3 SMS, HMS, whatever you want to call it now. I believe, yeah, I got like 3 of them. The only thing I passed on was the Tiger Force multi-pack, so let me know which ones you pre-ordered. By the way, who else here is digging the new packaging? I'm really digging this new packaging. I like it a lot more than their first packaging, to be honest. Now to kick it back to you. What were your favorite reveals? What are your key takeaways from this fan stream? And do you think the vehicle that was teased is the Cobra MSV? I felt like the seed was planted there for sure. But comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another G.I. Joe Classified News video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.